Ready, sir?
Yeah. It's time to tell the truth.
Disclosure. That's right. What if the biggest secret in human history is about to be confirmed by the President of the United States? Well, tonight, whistleblowers are on record. Pentagon officials have sent formal letters, and President Trump is reportedly looking thoughtfully at full UAP disclosure. Meanwhile, the same metallic orbs are being filmed across the globe. California, the Middle East, combat zones, no wings, no exhaust, and no explanation. Military drones are capturing footage that remains officially unsolved. The question is no longer whether something is out there. The question is what the government has been hiding and whether Trump is about to tell us. So consider what's at stake if these claims prove to be true. Whistleblower David Grusch, a decorated Air Force intelligence officer, testified under oath before Congress that the United States government possesses recorded non-human craft and biological material. He claims he personally reviewed classified intelligence reports, photographs, and data, and he states that President Trump was briefed fully during his first term on crashed spacecraft, non-human remains, and other possible origins and intentions. If any of this is accurate, it would mean that generations of Americans were deliberately kept in the dark about the most significant discovery in history. It would mean trillions in black budget spending with no oversight. It would mean science, religion, and national security all require re-examination. However, I'm pretty secure that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, regardless if there's UAPs or not. But Grusch also alleges he faced threats, intimidation, and career sabotage for coming forward. People showed up to his house. He was warned to stay silent. He spoke anyway. That's either the act of a man that's either the act of a liar or a man with nothing left to lose. And some breaking news: while the government hides what's flying in our skies, they've also hidden the truth about your health. For decades, Big Pharma pushed dangerous weight loss drugs while suppressing natural alternatives. And now the truth is breaking wide open. People who stop Ozempic gain back nearly all their weight within a year. Well, that cover-up has failed. And that's why I trust BioTrust GLP-1 Elevate at trimwithgary.com. No injections, no prescriptions, and no secrets. It naturally triggers hunger-controlling signals the safe way. Full disclosure, real results. Right now, get 40% off at trimwithgary.com, plus a 60-day guarantee. For every order, BioTrust donates a meal to NoKidHungry.org. When institutions lie, independent truth matters. Visit trimwithgary.com. So here's where it gets even more interesting. The former Pentagon official, Luis Elizondo, has sent a formal letter to President Trump regarding UAP transparency. Sources say the president is looking thoughtfully at the issue, and researchers are debating whether recent official disclosures represent genuine transparency or a carefully managed release designed to control the narrative. And the sightings keep coming. In California, a bright metallic orb was filmed moving through cloud cover. In the Middle East, MQ-9 Reaper drones captured footage of the same spherical objects. The Mosul orb video, filmed by U.S. reconnaissance aircraft over a combat zone, remains officially unexplained. And according to official data, the orb's shape is now the most commonly reported UAP worldwide. Same object, same behavior, multiple military platforms, but still no answers. Let's go to President Trump now. Here he is. This was posted just a couple days ago. UFO shockwave, Fox News. David Grusch dropping explosive allegations. Explosive allegations, claiming President Trump was fully briefed on recovered non-human craft biologics and evidence of non-human intelligence. Listen.
And I speak to people about it. I've had actually meetings on it. People that are very smart and very solid have said they believe there is something out there. And, it makes sense that there could be. I've never been convinced, even despite that. I just, for some reason, it's not my thing.
So you think, one, he knows, and two, he's open to transparency on UAPs?
He certainly is very well informed on this issue. Leave it at that. I don't want to get ahead of what the president might want to reveal personally.
There's been a role to cover this up, you're saying, through administrations. And there have been people who have been threatened and told
Yeah.
not to testify?
I was physically threatened even before I sent in my Intelligence Community Inspector General report under the previous administration. I actually had to go and seek legal protection that way because I was, literally in fear both professionally and in my personal life.
And when you mentioned in that testimony of recovering the pilots or remains non-human, that's something that you saw as far as the intelligence with your eyes?
Yes. And it is a very uncomfortable, even for me now, as somebody who's seen it, experienced it, even talking about it, because it's so outside a normal person's worldview to understand that there is this biological sentience that have piloted these crafts that don't necessarily look 100% like you and I.
Were there pictures? Were there?
There were. Yes, there were.
When I said from another planet or from outer space, you said we don't know where they're from. Is it interdimensional? What are we talking about?
I've talked to a lot of, I'll call graybeards on the program. That is a subject of hot debate on origin. As a guy trained in physics formally as well in my background, I leave an open mind on what the origin is. Certainly, there is the extraterrestrial hypothesis, and they could be coming from elsewhere off Earth, but I don't usually go there because I did not see that data, and I'm not conversant in the high confidence theories that the U.S. government had.
I'm not aware of any remains that the department has of any signs of extraterrestrial beings or activity or technology.
You say the U.S. government knows, but there are many other governments around the world. Do they know?
They have their own programs, and like I said 2.5 years ago, we have been in arms race with our peer competitors, namely Russia and China, and they have their own programs in this regard. And I was actually able to view a body of intelligence that discussed adversarial programs, and I'll leave it at that.
We've recovered things, you say, bodies and physical remains. Was there a sense that the motive of how they got here, what they were doing, was it peaceful, not peaceful?
We've seen a mixed bag of activity, and motive and intent, why they're visiting. That's, once again, that gets into our assessments, not necessarily, we can't quite understand the intent of some of the sentience and why they're visiting. Could it be because we have interesting genetic material on Earth? We're a Jurassic Park tourist attraction for them. Could be a myriad of reasons.
For the other people who are coming out, you say to them what? You've obviously faced intimidation. You talked about harassment. There are reports that others have too.
I say that there's hope. Certainly, Congress values whistleblower information right now, and certainly I believe there's an appetite with the administration to do the right thing on this as well. And there's some other things that are happening behind the scenes that I'll let the administration discuss when they're ready.
Okay.
When they are ready. When will President Trump be ready? Let's take a look at some of these orbs, shall we? What is going on here? Metallic orbs, most commonly cited UAP worldwide. More and more people are reporting metallic spheres in the sky. Silent, without visible propulsion. Notably, orb spherical shape is the most frequently reported according to the data. Let's see here. What do we got here?
Oh, I lost it. There it is.
Wait.
It's stopping.
You got a zoom on that camera, boy?
UFOs. You guys are so lucky. Multiple UFO experiences.
It's a drone, dude.
I'm telling you, it's turning.
It's a drone. It's a quadcopter. It's up high. I mean, that's my impression. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Actually, holy cow.
Get it?
Oh, wow. You could definitely see that's a different shot right there. Whoa.
Get it?
Whoa, you see that at the edge of your screen there? I'm going to punch that in. You see that? What is that? That is no drone. That is no drone. That is... What in the hell?
That's not a balloon, man.
We're good.
Okay. What do we have here? Another shot. Something else.
Очередной фотошопный дрон.
What is it? Go back. Okay, what is that? It's the same. Looks the same as that other guy's. Goes on for a whole 20 seconds. What are these orbs? Here, Middle East MQ-9 footage. And it's in German. Show translation. Thank you. Middle East MQ-9. Another metallic sphere filmed by a Reaper drone. Same shape, same mystery. When two military platforms document the same phenomena, shouldn't we take a closer look? Okay, let's see if we can zoom in on that. Okay. It flies right through the shot of the drone. The drone's tracking it. And looks like it's moving. I guess that would be west. Westward. What is that? A Reaper drone, look at that, flies right through the frame. Look at that. That's insane. Do we have more? Okay, here's another one. Whoa! Whoa, look at that. U.S. reconnaissance aircraft films a spherical metallic apparition over Mosul. No wings, no exhaust, no explanation. One of the most famous orb videos unsolved to this day. Okay, so I'm going to play this in slow motion. We're going to do the playback speed at 25%. I'm going to come back at it. Let's see what. Let's watch this thing, guys. Here it comes. Where is it? I'm playing it. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Unreal. Another one. Bright UAP orb moves through California clouds. Look!
You need to get the boys.
Is it just maybe a SpaceX rocket? Do they take off in overcast conditions at night like this? I don't know. What is that? Yeah, we better call Scully and Mulder. Trump has allegedly been fully briefed on government secrets regarding UFOs and alien life. Retired U.S. Air Force Major David Grusch, a whistleblower and advisor for the Congressional UAP Task Force, stated in a recent interview that Trump received reports on crashed spacecraft, non-human remains, their origins and intention, claimed the U.S. military recovered UFOs and alien bodies. Trump was briefed during the first term. Okay, this is interesting. Missouri Congressman Eric Burleson confirmed briefings on species like the Nordics. Human-like with fair skin and blonde hair, slightly more advanced, and the Greys, shorter, gray-skinned, far more advanced with mind control technology. So we have the Nordics and the Greys, the two alien species. Better call the, better download that app, the CBP-1 app. Grusch said alien intentions are unclear. Despite no public physical evidence and official denials from the government, military, and NASA, he believes Trump could disclose the information, making this significant. And moving here again, let's see what else we have in this clip folder. Okay, what is this? Richard Donlin, Bryce Zabel debate whether the recent official UAP disclosures were genuine effort at transparency or carefully managed political gamut designed to control the narrative for strategic purposes. Interesting.
Would that confirmation ever be allowed to stand, or would that lead to chaos as people tried to figure out what the rest of the story is?
Yeah, I don't know if we really can get there. I mean, it's a weird thing. So since the New York Times wrote their 2 articles on UFOs in 2017, a lot of us got very excited. We were like, oh,
yeah,
wow, this is disclosure. Well, no, it was not disclosure. It was in chess, you can call it a gambit. It was a play. It was a play by certain insiders who had access to the New York Times, basically Chris Mellon working with Leslie Kean and Ralph Blumenthal. We've got a very good handle on the backstory here. He was able to make this happen as a play, not as a play in the sense of a theatrics, but as a move in a strategic game. And it had some success, but that's not the same as disclosure.
No. Would that confirmation ever be allowed to stand? Or
continuing, we got more from that pair. Let's see. They pay homage to early UFO disclosure advocate. From a Pentagon official. Here we go. Let's go here. Lou Elizondo sent a letter to POTUS.
Disclosure. Do you think the Trump administration, Donald Trump, is thinking about disclosure?
Well, I hear what you hear and everybody else, that he's contemplating it, that he's been told about it. But I also want to be realistic here. Yes, there's a tremendous opportunity here for our president to be the first sitting president to say, yes, this is real and this is a problem. But there's also a tremendous amount of risk, because if it turns out that there is some sort of foreign adversarial involvement behind this, there's some sort of new type of stealth reconnaissance capability, let's say that country X developed or something like that, and we go out on a limb and say that these things are all because of this, and it turns out they're actually because of that, then that's a risk as well, and that can actually be used to discredit you and to hurt your efforts. So the president, all presidents, have to be, and this is why they have so many advisors, they have to weigh the pros and cons of what they say publicly. Now, this particular president, I think most people can agree, whether you agree with his politics or not, he is not afraid to say what he feels. And so from that perspective, I think it's very refreshing. I think all presidents should say how they feel. The question is, what does he actually feel about this topic? Sometimes when he's been asked in the past, he has said, I personally don't believe it. I don't think there's much to see there. And other times he's turned around and said, actually, you know what? I've received some briefings. Pretty interesting. We should take it seriously. But again, that's a question you would need to ask to the president himself. I certainly would not want to be in any type of position to presume what our president, Donald Trump, knows about this topic.
So what do you know about this topic? All I can say is that we are getting closer
Just
to
Community Inspector General report under the previous administration.
Every single day. And we're going to keep tracking it. But here's the bottom line. If Grusch's claims are accurate, one executive order could trigger the most significant disclosure in human history. Trump has already stated publicly he intends to declassify UFO-related files. He's allegedly been briefed on recovered craft, biological material, and non-human intelligence. And the whistleblowers are no longer anonymous. They are now testifying under oath and risking everything. And those orbs, they keep appearing on military sensors worldwide. Something is happening. And for the first time, a sitting president may have both the knowledge and the willingness to tell the American people the truth. So the story is not really about believing in little green men. It's about government secrecy. It's about accountability and the public's right to know what is being done in their name and with their money. A decorated intelligence officer testifying under oath that non-human craft and remains are in U.S. possession. He says he faced threats for speaking. Former Pentagon officials are formally urging the president to act. Metallic orbs are being filmed by military assets across the globe with no official explanation, and President Trump is reportedly considering disclosure. If these claims are false, the American people deserve to know. If they're true, the American people deserve to know even more. Either way, secrecy is no longer acceptable. So here's my question for the comment section. Do you believe the government has been hiding evidence of non-human intelligence? Yes or no? Sound off in the comments below. And check out the Next News merch shop, link below, to support independent coverage of the stories the mainstream media refuses to touch.